If you're just diving in the world of coding or collaborating on projects, GitHub is a tool which you will want to master it. In this video, we will cover everything you need to know to get started with GitHub, what it is, how it works, and step by step how to use it. Let's dive in. GitHub is a popular cloud-based platform which is used to share, collaborate, and store projects together. Under the hood, GitHub relies heavily on Git. Git is free and open source software which tracks every file changes in your project. Here are some amazing facts about GitHub. Over 100 million developers use them. More than 4 plus million organizations are on GitHub. There are over 420 million repositories hosted on GitHub. A whopping 90% of Fortune 100 companies use GitHub to manage their code bases. Even my own blog repository is hosted in GitHub. With these numbers, GitHub is a must tool for every developer. Now let's explore how you can get started with GitHub. So why should you use GitHub? Here's what makes it awesome. Version control. It keeps track of every change of the file. Collaboration. You can work with teammates or open source community seamlessly. Backup. All your files are securely stored in cloud. Access to open source. Millions of projects are open for you to learn, explore, and contribute to. Whether you're building your own project or contributing to others, GitHub is a must-have tool. Let's start by creating an account. Head over to github.com and sign up. It's free. Here you can see I'm already in GitHub. Press sign up. It asks for your email ID and password. So, let me see. Continue. Okay. Visual puzzle. Okay, you need to confirm your email address now. And continue. Perfect. Now my account is successfully created. Okay, let me sign in with the newly created account. We get a device verification. We input a device verification code. I'm logged in. I have created a GitHub account. Now let's go to the next step. Next step is to create a personal access token. If you want to work completely in browser, then you can skip this step. Ideally, for developing and testing projects, you would make a local copy to your PC. In order to connect GitHub and your local PC, we need to generate a personal access token. But isn't my password not sufficient for logging into GitHub account? As an enhancement of a security process, since 2021, Git operations are not authenticated using GitHub's password. That is why we need to generate a personal access token. In order to do this, you need to head over to your GitHub account, go to your profile, settings, and on the left and here at the bottom, developer settings, and here personal access token, and you can go to this tokens classic. Now I'm going to generate a personal access token. Bear in mind, I will remove this account as soon as this video is finished. And I said, and there is expiration date. The maximum is also no expiration. There's an expiration date. You can set 7 to 90 days, which is pre-selected. You can also define a custom setting, which I think goes for a year, After that, you can't. Alternatively, no expiration, but this is not advisable. It's highly discouraged. Definitely add an expiration date. I'm just going to give all the access to this token. So once your token is generated, you will have something starting with GHP. You need to copy this token and secure it safely. As it mentioned here, make sure to copy this token because you'll not be able to see it again. So copy the token. Now let's head over to the next step. All right, the next step is to set up a repository. Repository are the place where your project file lives. Here's how to create one. So head back to your home dashboard and click Create Repository. And you can give my first repo. You can give a description. You can set the visibility to public or private. I will choose private at the moment and just click create repository here. And just like that, you made your first repository. Now let's add some files. You can add files in two ways. Either you can directly add them from the browser or you can use VS Code. Let's see how to add files directly in GitHub. For this, head back to your browser, hit my first repo. Here you can see the small lock symbol signifies it's a private repository. All we need to do here is just click this create a new file. Here you can define your file name. Just say hello world.py and then I just give here print. Alternatively, if I were to give JavaScript hello world.js, I can also do something like this, console log, and you can see syntax gets highlighted here. The next step is to commit the changes. Committing is an action where you save the current state of the file. Commit message is a place where you write in a single line what changes you made to this file. Adding a new file. Just like that, you have your first file in your GitHub repository. As I mentioned earlier, GitHub relies heavily on Git. To connect GitHub to your VS Code, first we need to install Git on the PC. In order to do that, head over to the Git for Windows download link. I just type Git for Windows in Google and you can click the first link available here. Download the latest version of the Git and execute it. Alright, let's install Git. I would leave the default options as it is. This step is important. Please make sure to override here to main. Git installation is completed. Now let's clone the project from GitHub to the local PC. In order to do that, head back to GitHub website. If you have your dashboard here, you can go to repositories and then you can click here my first repository which we just created a few minutes back. From the screen button code, click the drop down button here and take the HTTPS link. Copy the URL. So head to your place where you want to clone the project. So right click, open a terminal session. All you need to do is just git clone the repository. Perfect. It asks for us to sign in now. Let me just sign in using code. Perfect. Continue. Authorize Git ecosystem. Now my device is connected. As you can see here, once we authenticated, the device is connected and it's installed. Now I can cd into my repository, my first repository. And from here, I'll start the Visual Studio Code session. Visual Studio Code is open. You just add a README file, just like that. Since the device was already verified, we did not use this personal access token. Now I'm going to show you how to use the personal access token. In order to do that, head back to your GitHub account, go to Profile, Settings, go to your Applications and Authorized OAuth apps. There will be a Git credential manager. I just removed it. And you can also remove it if you want, or you can let it be. GitHub does not know this Visual Studio Code. Now let's try to make a change, commit it, and push it to our GitHub account. So all right, now when I double click it, you can see the difference between the both changes. Commit it, and let me try to push. It says the invalid username and password. Now we saw previously using the browser or device method. Now we can go here, use the token, paste the token which you previously copied. This seems to have worked. Now let's get back to our GitHub account and check whether this commit is reached. Just like that, we have here the commit which using a personal access token. Now I would like to commit it and push my changes to my GitHub account. In order to do that, you can use the Visual Studio Code's source control option. All you need to do is left hand side, click the source control button, and you can see all the changes being made here. Alternatively, you can see also here the past commits. When I click on the file, I can see here changes have been made. Now I can enter a commit message, make a local commit. Now you can see here the commit has been made locally. It's still not pushed GitHub account. In order to do that, we can click this three dots here, say push. Since we already authenticated this device, now the Visual Studio Code automatically pushes the changes and the commits to your GitHub account. Let's verify them and refresh the page. Voila, here you can see the commit has been made. This way, we have connected our GitHub account to Visual Studio Code, which is running locally on the PC. Share this video with anyone who is starting their programming journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next.